My dear students, I welcome to my next lecture with reference to the previous neural tube formation. It is a continuation of that. The topic that I am going to discuss today is somatogenesis. So before going to somatogenesis, let us see that organogenesis. What is actually the organogenesis? Why it is very important to understand all these things. So under this organogenesis, you are going to study somatogenesis actually, somate formation, etc. So in organogenesis, it is the process of formation of organs from three germ layers actually. You have seen that in the early stage, in the gastrula formation, you are going to see that, or you have seen that, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm formation took place during the development of this thing. And from there, three germ layers, you are going to see what are the other organs developed during the development of embryo. So it concerns with cell-cell interaction actually. So all the time, just what the picture just I am mentioning. So they have to communicate. So the cell will communicate to other cell, so that the signals will be passed to the next cell, so that the function will be very easy. The second one is cell phase determination actually. Cell fate determination. A single cell, as we have seen that, example, glial cell, just I have said, otherwise we call it as primordial cells, just precursor, just I said in the previous class. Any cell which give rise to different types of cells actually. So maybe example, just I have given a single cell or initial primordial cell will give rise to hepatocytes, pancreatic beta cells or neurons, etc. like that. Just it will give into different things. The third one, what we are going to see is the cell proliferation and survival actually. So the cell, the basic quality of cell is to produce the next cell actually. So during any kind of a division, it gives rise to many number of cells. That's what we call it as proliferation, and survival of that particular cell in the developing embryo or in the organ or in the complete body itself is very, very important actually. So the next one, cell and tissue shape, size, etc. So the cell and the tissue shape. So what kind of cell give rise to which kind of a tissue, and what is the shape of the tissue that you are going to get during the development is very, very important. And second thing which you are going to follow here is that particular size of the cell actually. Say an example, simple cuboidal cells. So they have a different shape and different size even too actually. So with that you can identify that it's a simple cuboidal cell actually. The same way, the simple squamous cells having definite shape, like columnar cells, and stratified squamous cells also, they have a different type of arrangement and as well as size and the structure of the cell. So with that you can identify a thing. So here, cell or the precursor which we going to give what kind of cell, what is the type of cell, what is the shape of the cell, and what is the content of the cell even too actually. And the last thing that we are going to see is the arrangement of cell in the tissue. How the tissue is modified based on the arrangement of cells in a sequential manner actually. For example, epithelial cells or the inner cells, or the best example you can say that medulla and cortex region, the cells, how the cells are modified actually in the tissue. So that is the thing. So ultimately the functional organ, how the organ is functioning actually. So before going to see example, take the cross section of adrenal gland, or take the cross section of pituitary gland or liver or kidney, whatever it is, you can see that many number of cells are differentiated from outer layer to the inner layer actually. So how these cells are arranged and what is the function of the cell, how it is, what is placed in the thing, and what their function, the cell's function in the definite tissue is the ultimate thing that you are going to study in the organogenesis actually. So Somatogenesis is the formation of somites actually. So the somites, the paraxial mesoderm forms during the gastrulation, and it forms the mesenchymal presomatic mesoderm tissue, which starts at the anterior and move towards the posterior side. This is the paraxial mesoderm layer near the notochord area and the neural plate. So neural plate and notochord you have seen in the previous class actually, and the epidermis is also you have seen that. And this is the endodermal area and the lateral mesodermal area, and the paraxial mesodermal area, which might give rise to the said tissue here. At the anterior and presomatic at the anterior, the presomatic mesoderm becomes organized into blocks of cell called as somatomeres. The somatomeres are the primitive somites actually. So you're going to see that the somites are block-like structure here, which are said to be the somatomeres during the development of early embryo. These somatomeres are undergo transition to form somites in the later stage. So these somites form at a regular interval. It is in the regular interval it forms actually during the development. One form every 90 minutes actually. So one somite form in every 90 minutes. So this suggests that cells have intrinsic clock governed by an expression of a gene called hairy. So the hairy gene is responsible for controlling what we call it as the formation of somite actually. So it is an intrinsic factor, it is hidden factor in the developing embryo. So the hairy the gene expressed for 90 minutes at a time, and 12 cycles of 90 minutes each are required to make the somites actually. So this is to develop the complete somites in the body. It takes nearly about 12 cycles, and each cycle it takes 90 minutes like that actually. So probably it is with reference to the chick embryo actually. The older ones are closer to the anterior of the embryo. As we see that, most probably in the next slide you're going to see that the first somite or the older one will be always placed anterior part of the embryo. Look at that. This is the somites here. So this is the amphibian, and this is another amniotes, called as mouth, cheek, quill, whatever it is. So you can see that towards this side it is the amniotes, other amniotes, and here you can see the aneurin sinks. Now first somite it is towards the anterior side, and this is the oldest somite which forms. And whatever the new, somite, buds originates, so that will be next to the first one or second one or third one like that. So consecutively, the new somites follow the old one actually here. Here, the diagrammatic representation clearly indicates that this is the tip of the primitive streak where the first pair of somites originates, and in the second stage you're going to see the second set here, the third set here, and likewise you can find the cranial somites that do not the condensers here. So this is the bunch of somatomeres which form the cranial area. Occipital somites you find here, and the trunk somites you find in a short area, and somatomeres in the segmental plates you can find like this, and at the end just you can find the primitive streak empty area. So the anatomical tree of somites, it clearly indicates somite might give rise to dermatostomes, edge somites, sclerostomes, tail somites, and trunk somites. Like this, just you can get the things here actually. Development of somites. Somites are blocks of mesoderms that are located on either side of the neural tube. So if you consider this is the neural tube here, on either side you can find it. So this picture is totally different because just we have taken this picture for the comparative analysis of teleost and urodela actually. How the somites are formed in the urodel, that is in the amphibia, and the Tilia species and the other amniotes. So the somites, you may find that somites are or that larger in size, and this side it is the smaller in size. Don't compare like this. It is only for the comparison actually just we have taken. So if you consider amniotes or anurons, now just you have to follow this side also the same. So the neural tube, on either side of the neural tube, every time you can see that the blocks of somites actually. These somites are precursor population of cells that give rise to an important structure associated with the vertebrate body plane and will eventually differentiate it into dermis, skeletal muscle, cartilage, tendons and vertebrates. So these somites might give rise to later different structure, just what I mentioned in this area actually. The somites also determine the migratory path of neural crest actually. Migratory path of neural crest. Friends, you have seen the previous class actually. Neural crest, how the neural plate give rise to neural crest actually. So these neural crests are determined by the somites actually. And the axon and spinal nerves are also determined by the the posterior part of the somites. So in the fate map of amphibian blastula, just before the gastrulation, you can see that this area, so the light pink area can be called as the somite area, where the somites are generated in this thing. So if you take the lateral view, so you can find that the somatic mesoderm, this area where the first and second, third and consecutive somites are formed in this region. So which further give rise to different type of organ system in the body. The first pair of somite forms in the anterior part of the trunk adjacent to the notochord, and remainder then follows actually. So if you take the graphical representation here, you can see the somite plate here, and this somite plate could be the first one, and the rest of the things will be followed this somite actually. The process of somite formation or somatogenesis depends on 5 important components actually. So very important component you have to understand and keep in your mind is periodicity, and how far and how periodically these somites are formed actually. So just I said 12 cycles, and 12 cycle comprises how many minutes, and exactly that clock will be followed during the formation of somites actually. Fissure formation. Each somite will be split, or each somite will be separated from the other one. So it is the fragmentation, how far and how it is forming, that is very important component actually. Epithelialization actually. So this is what we call it as the formation of the somite exactly, which is said to be a precursor out of that cell, which further gives rise to the things actually. Specification. So which somite give rise to what kind of organ in the body, that is specified on. And the same thing, the differentiation. And this cell will, or this somite give rise to this kind of precursor, and this precursor will give rise to a definite organ system in the body. Is very important component to be understood here. So after the formation of somites, they separate into cranial and caudal portion actually. So if every somite all the somites are formed in the embryo, so further the cranial somites and the caudal portion of the somites will be separated, and the cranial portion of each fused with the caudal portion of the somites directly anterior to it. In the process we know it is what we call it as metameric shifting actually. So that means each of somite is joined temporarily to the other one. So the posterior part of any somite attaches to the anterior part of the next somite. So with that bridge, or with that joint, we call it as metameric shifting, we call it as actually. So this distinct region of each somite become a specific tissue and the cell type as the body matures actually. So the distinct region of somite, whether it is anterior region of the region somites, or the posterior region the somites are present, or the middle, wherever the somites are present, so that region gives a specific organ in the body once it is matured actually. So by 2005, the mechanism of somite formation had been shown to include a negative feedback loop actually, which involves certain factors involving in the formation of this thing actually. So the main factor is FGF actually, fibroblast growth factor. So these things, my dear friends, I want you to read at least once the pathway of FGF actually. Might be very difficult, but still, just I want you to refer this pathway actually. WNT, otherwise wingless INT1 pathway. And just even earlier also, I told about the formation of organ system axis from anterior to posterior, dorsal, ventral, and lateral axis formation. So WNT, pathway is very, very important. Signaling pathway is very, very important actually. So what is actually WNT signaling pathway? Is a group of signal transduction pathways which begin with the protein that passes signals into cell through a cell surface receptor actually. So the cell to cell transmission of impulses or transmission of signals actually. So this is the thing. So further I want you to refer the wingless INT1 pathway in the either from the Google source actually. The third pathway is a NOT signaling pathway. So once again I request you to go for this pathway from the Google source actually. So the NOTCH pathway regulates cell proliferation, cell fate, differentiation, and cell death in all metazoans actually. So these are the functions where the NOTCH pathway regulates actually. So the somites are formed at a specific and consistent intervals unique to each organism actually. So it follows the consistent interval and consistent time specific everything which is very, very specific for each and every organism actually. So that's why the species specificity is very, very important aspects to be understood here. For instance, in a chick embryo, a new somite is formed every 90 minutes and the somite appear at exactly at the same time on the two sides of the embryo. So on either side of the notochord, neural plate, neural cord, neural tube, you can find the somites at the same time actually. You can see the somite formation on the neural tube like this. You can find here. Okay. When the somite is still immature, think that the somites are not completely matured one. It is what we call it as multipotent, means each of its cell can become any of the somite derived structure actually. Any of the somite derived structure. It may give rise to any kind of structure. Once it is matured, it goes for different specific structure formation in the developing embryo. So this structure including the cartilage of vertebrae and ribs, the muscles of the rib cage, limbs, abdominal wall, back of the animal, tongue, the tendons, the dermis of the dorsal skin, vascular cells that contribute to the formation of aorta and the invertebral blood vessels actually. So these are some of the things can be developed if the somites are still immature. So the somites eventually diverge into sclerostome, which give rise to cartilage. So this is about the after development. Syndotomes, that is tendons, myotomes, that is a skeletal muscle, dermatomes, which is dermis actually, endothelial cells, further it gives rise to different organs in the body. So friends, thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and kindly follow the next lecture to give the information supporting the formation of somites, which we have seen today. Thank you very much.